Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Stories. As always, I'm your host Chris Jack. Today, a brand new Pharrell release, which released just last month in December 28th. Without further ado, let's check out the Pharrell Hu NMD in the monochromatic pack in black. Alright, so my official last pickup of 2020. Glad that year is over for sure, but this particular one was a great way to end it with the monochromatic pack. This particular one in black, of course. As you guys might have seen, we've seen a whole resurgence of the original OG model Pharrell Hu NMDs, which in my opinion are definitely the best ones that are out there, and that's purely just from that flat outsole that you're getting on this particular pair. You guys might think back to a couple of years ago where things took a bit of a turn to a heavier outsole, trail variations. They saw two different versions of them. This particular one is one of them, in fact, and just holding these side by side in hand, you can really feel a significant weight difference on the trail outsole version. But this one was just a lot better on foot, in my opinion. It was a lot cleaner. It was obviously a lot lighter. Looking at the technical specs of the shoe, full length boost midsole on this. This is the first time I've actually ever seen Adidas paint the boost not just on the side of the midsole but also underneath of the outsole as well. Covering the outsole there, you've got the standard OG outsole. That's obviously just a rubberized material, just increasing a little bit of traction underfoot. Then into the midsole, as mentioned, this is completely black. You do have the stability EVA plugs which form part of the cage system and the lacing, and that of course is also done in black. Swinging around to the heel section of the shoe, just above here in the heel tab, you do have the Adidas Originals logo debossed into this heel overlay. And then on the opposite shoe, you've got Pharrell's logo there. Now from a lacing perspective, they do come pre-laced with a set of wide rope laces with 3M reflex throughout. However, they do also provide you with a black variation of that, also with 3 hem hits if you want to really just black it out. Now from an upper material point of view, obviously this is a prime knit or full prime knit upper. It is a sock-like construction as well, so it really hugs your foot like a bootie. And then you'll notice the embroidery here on the forefoot of the shoe. This is something that's completely iconic or symbolic of Pharrell Hu NMD. All the way from the OG version over here where you had human and the left shoe had race. This is pretty much the exact same thing. However, they have flipped up the human race in English to Chinese characters. And taking a look inside of the shoe, the sock liner here is again just completely black prime knit. The strobel of the shoe, which is basically just that insole, sits directly on top of the boost layer. The one difference here, and as I alluded to earlier with the painted black boost throughout, you can see that they've done that inside of there as well, just in those little windows. You've got the standard reflexology, Pharrell and Adidas co-branding there on the insole strobel part at least. But that's for the first time that I've seen, just done in kind of a grayscale and not the usual multicolor that we've seen on other pairs. Now from a price perspective, these dropped here for 3,799 Rand. So for those of you in South Africa, as far as I know, it was an exclusive on www.adidas.co.za. I think the pairs were obviously quite limited as they did sell out pretty much instantaneously. I was super lucky to get these on a manual cop. So if you didn't manage to get lucky on the retail release, you will have to look to the resale market. I'm not really sure what resale is going to be on these, probably £1 or £2 over market, simply because they are a triple back colorway. I know some of the other Pharrell pairs that have released recently, including this green one, are kind of sitting around £1.50 grand just over retail. Globally speaking, probably just over retail. So if you look to places like StockX or go to wherever in the European and US markets where there were definitely a lot more pairs allocated to those territories, the prices might be a little bit better than what we have here in South Africa. As said in the beginning of this review, it is part of the monochromatic pack, so this is not the only colorway that has released. There's also a pink variation, a yellow variation, and I think maybe 1 or 2 others, a green one as well, if I'm not mistaken, which we haven't got here. There's also a triple white variation, which we did get, but I didn't manage to get my hands on that. So I'm hoping that we will see a couple more of these OG style Hu NMDs down the line from Adidas, at least here in South Africa. I think the hype is definitely starting to swing around again on the OG models of the human race. But that's it for this review, guys. I hope you found it helpful. If you do have any further questions, please drop them in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe right here for more content like this, early unboxings and reviews down the line. But that's all for today, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.